everyone, my name is Kaylani Jones, and today I'm going to be teaching you the critical elements of two-hand overhead throwing. I also do not have a ball with me, so kind of just use your imagination and just watch. The first part you want to start off with is the ready position. You want to make sure that you are facing the target, your feet are shoulder width apart, knees are bent, and the ball is in front of your body with hands on the side of the ball. So just think there's a ball right here. So it looks something like this. The next part is the action part. You now want to put the ball behind your head, and you want to make sure that the ball is brought above your head and behind with your arms bent. And the other part that goes along with the action part is the step and throw. For this, you want to step on one foot, extend arms, and release the ball towards the target, and you want to make sure that your wrist snap. So this is also commonly used in soccer as well. So it looks something like this. The next part is the follow through part. This is to make sure that you get the most momentum and power as possible so your ball can catch the maximum amount of distance as possible. So you want to make sure that your palms are now facing away from each other, and you want to make sure your thumbs are pointing downward. So something like this. And that is the critical elements of a two-hand overhead throw. The critical elements of overhand throwing. Overhand throwing is also used in baseball. Most softball players do use an underhand throw, but some do use an overhand throw as well. And so the first position you want to start off is a ready position. Your eyes are on the target, knees are bent, and your feet are shoulder width apart, and your object is in front of your body. So it would look something like this. I also don't have an object, so you're kind of gonna have to use, a figure of imagination. The next part is the action part, in which you want to side step towards the target, and your throwing arm is going to extend backwards. So it would look something similar to this. The next part is step, rotate, and throw. These are the most important steps of overhand throwing. And so you want to make sure that you're stepping on the opposite foot, as well as hips and shoulders turn towards the target, and you want to make sure your hand points in the direction that you're throwing. So it looks something like this. The next part is the follow through part. You want to make sure that you follow through towards the target and across your body. This is just to make sure that you get the fullest amount of momentum and speed and power as possible. So it looks something like this. And that is the critical elements of overhand throwing. And today I'm going to be teaching you the skill underhand throwing. So unfortunately I don't have a ball with me right now, so kind of just use your figure of imagination and go along with it. So the first part you want to start off with is the ready position. And this, you want to keep your eyes on the target, and you want to keep your knees bent and your feet shoulder width apart. And you want to make sure that your object is in front of your body. It would look something like this. Then after is the action part. For this, you want to put your arm back. You want to make sure that your belt buckle, so your waist, is facing still towards your target, as well as you want to swing your arm back. So it looks something like this. The next part is the step part. For the step part, you want to move on the opposite foot. So for this, it kind of is something like this. The next part after this is the release part. For this, your throwing arm comes forward and the ball is released. And you want to make sure that your arm stays straight. So it looks something like this. And you would release it right here. The next part, the final part, is the follow through part. You want to make sure that your arm is swinging forward. And this is only because you can get the most amount of momentum as possible, so the ball or the object can go the furthest it can go. And that is the critical elements of underhand throwing.